Hugo Boss.
Hugo Boss. Vad är det? Jag vet inte vilka visst det är bra.
Jag vet inte om man är det namn existas.
So, okay, let's check if everything's working. It should be going, everything should be doing good. So, are we live? I don't see us here. Why are not we here? We should be live. There we go. Yep, we are live. Okay. So, welcome to another episode of Voice of Armwrestling. This is episode 6. My name is Ray. This is Yanis.
6 already or 5?
6. This is 6th already. Last was 5. So, in today's menu, we will talk about upcoming Vendetta matchups. We're going to talk about 3 matchups this week, and the last 2 will happen next week. So, we're going to talk about Scott Mendelson versus Alex Kudetcha, Rustam Babayev versus Tim Bresnan, and the big one, Denis Tsiplenko versus Devon Larratt. So, as you see, we haven't got the equipment that I ordered yet, but
Still waiting.
Yeah, it's coming. We're hoping that it will be here by the next week. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed. We have 10,000 subscribers. It's it's something that I couldn't dream before. Started this channel about a year ago, so I think Armwrestling community is growing and we have a lot of support. So thank you everyone who supports us. Leave a like under the video, it helps us a lot if you cannot help in any other way. So this week in Armwrestling, nothing big happened.
Everyone is waiting for
Everyone's
the mirror.
yeah.
Zloty Tour is coming, so
This is
what else we could think and dream and talk about?
There's nothing bigger than the Vendetta 50. Let's get right into it. So before we start, so next week on Saturday and on Sunday there will be Vendetta matchups. We have always questions from everyone how to watch them. So if you don't know how, go to armbets.tv and you can buy the pay-per-view. If it's too expensive for you, get together a bunch of your friends and watch it together.
Yeah, we have done it before.
Yeah, like 5 years ago, we done it in a club. We watched it in basically a bar, and get all the people there, get a table, arm wrestle, watch the best matchups in the world. It doesn't matter because they will bring it in HD. I think this year it's gonna be even better than any other year.
How much it cost?
I think it's $35. So it's $35, 30 euros something. So bring 7 friends for $5 and it's nothing. So you can watch 2 days of HD quality videos, because it will be hard to find videos right away from the matchups, because they will not post it, and we will post only some stuff that they allow us to post. So we will be there. We will have we will talk with athletes. We will see everything right there from the sidelines. If you have any questions that you want us to give to any of these athletes, please you can find email to send on email, or leave a comment under this video. We will try to do it. So right now, leave a like, guys, so we can get into the first topic. First topic is Scott Mendelson versus Alex Kudetcha. So those who doesn't know, Scott Mendelson, he's former bench press record holder of the world. So in 140 kilo class, he had record of 308 kilos raw. That means without equipment. And in 140 plus, he did 324 kilos.
Those are incredible numbers.
But equipped bench press was 468 kilos. 460. That's a half a ton. That's more than 1,000 pounds. So he has I come from bench press background. I still do it. I still compete. I'm pretty good at it. So when I was learning stuff, I was watching his videos. He did Equipment bench press. I wasn't impressed with that, and I couldn't take a lot of things from that. But when he showed some things that he does with unequipped, I took a lot from it. So we have great opportunity that someone, a big star, in world of powerlifting, a world of bench press, comes to arm wrestling.
Yeah. He's not a big star in arm wrestling yet, but he's a big name in world of strength sports, and he's a well-known athlete, strength athlete, and it's great to see big names in arm wrestling that are coming from other sports. So it's
really good for us.
Yeah,
it brings more exposure, because maybe someone who does powerlifting or bench press, he sees that, okay, so maybe I got injured here or there, because you can Google Scott Mendelson pec tear and you can see how you saw that picture. He basically ripped his chest muscle off the bone, and if you get injured, you can come to arm wrestling, and there's a lot of things you can do here. So
there was some rumors about he could do bench press again.
Yeah,
he said maybe he'll be back or strong again in bench.
It would be good if he stick to arm
but we are not.
Right
now. We are not talking about bench press now.
We don't care that much about that. Yeah. But so he came up a few years back. He started doing this. In one competition he won Travis Bagent, but I don't think that video was real. I don't think that matchup
video was real, but matchup probably
real.
Travis just gave up, and I don't think it was real fight.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, but it's nothing to take away from him.
But they created a big splash with that. They created big name came up, and last year he was on Zloty Tour. The best moment of Zloty Tour was right when we're waiting for everything to start. Scott walks onto the stage, takes microphone, and starts talking. It was like the best motivational speech we have heard from anyone right there.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, and he got 1 or 2 victories in Zloty.
Yeah, he did.
He won some guys.
He beat someone.
Yeah. His first big matchups from in world class, and he. From all the training videos, from all the competition videos, he's not the fastest guy, and he still needs to learn a lot. So he had super match versus Robert Stakston
in Norway.
And it was 3-2 or 4-2, something like that. I don't know how much it was, but it was basically, if Robert started, he couldn't do nothing. If Robert let him go inside, then it was hard for Robert to get out. But he tried different things. It was more of a show. But if let's say Scott came to us and asked us to help him with training, the first thing we would learn him technique. He would drill technique, because he has problem where he just gets under the table and lets his arm do all the work. He's very strong.
But he's working out in Las Vegas together with Vazgen.
Yeah.
So some good sparring partners.
Yeah. I hope, because that was the big weakness of him.
Yeah. So world-class arm wrestlers are helping him to get better, and he's getting better. Question is, can you, in the age of 40 plus, can still become best in the world?
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe not the best in the world, but
not sure. But can he be competitive?
Yeah,
he is already competitive.
Because we see that he's very strong. He gets in position. I think in Arnold Classic he had fights with Michael Todd.
Is Michael Todd?
Michael Todd. And he almost beat him basically.
Yeah,
because they got both in positions where Scott is strong, but he has close style to, because I don't think his arm bends all the way out to Michael. So he needs more technique, and because he drops always too low, he stays under, and he just tries to basically press. And versus anyone who has good technique, the same weight, it's hard fight for them. So, anything else you want to add to Scott Mendelson?
That's matches mostly because there are Polish athlete, Vendetta, and of course world strength sport star Mendelson.
They created this.
It's not so big names in arm wrestling, but that's why that match is happening. and it's still interesting. Probably we will see a good match. But
I think it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but I believe if everything will be how it should be, Kurdesha is good class arm wrestler. He did good in Moldova this year.
Yeah.
He finished third in open class, and I believe
those who doesn't know, Alex Kurdesha, Polish athlete, heavyweight champion there. So he had super match versus Manuel Battaglia. From Italy. So he won it 5-0. He competed on Zloty Tour last year. In right open he was 7th, on left he was 6th in open class. So it isn't about category. We're not talking about category. In Moldova he in open 6th place, which is very good from the old athletes that were there. And left arm was 2nd and right arm was 4th in 95 kilo plus. Yeah. So that's the class where
he was 3rd. Yeah.
That's where he was Trubin. That's where was Pushkar. So he's really strong.
He's getting better every year.
Yeah, and I think if Scott can do something, it might go 5-1 or 6-0, because maybe Scott can press him down, but as soon as he opens up his wrist, there's not going to be a lot, because Alex is doing top roll. He has really good top roll, and he's going to work his arm out. I think this matchup is going to Alex, in my opinion. I think in yours too. Yeah. It should be 6-0 or 5-1. 5-1, yeah. But maybe Scott has improved. Maybe he has worked a lot. Maybe he has studied styles and think about ways to get inside, because he wants to get inside. He doesn't do like normal top roll. He wants to smash inside. And yeah. Anything else we can add to this one? No. I think we did a pretty good job. So
there are a few matches which are more interesting for me and for I believe for others as well.
Janis is excited and want to get to those matchups. So please, guys, write us some questions that you want us to answer. Don't write questions about which matchup we're talking about, or who's gonna win in this, because we're gonna talk about it. We still have to talk about Tim Bresnan and Rustam Babayev, but and then we're gonna talk about Ciplenko versus Larrett, which is the biggest matchup of the universe right now.
Last decade for sure.
Yeah, and leave us question that you want us to answer. We will answer after next one. So if you're watching this, leave a like. It helps us tremendously, and it takes nothing for you. So guys, please leave a like, and let's go further. Tim Bresnan versus Rustam Babayev.
Yeah.
You start.
Rustam Babayev. We will start with Rustam Babayev.
Let's start with Rustam.
He's 1 year younger than I am. He's born 1982, so he's 36 years old arm wrestler from Ukraine, Kharkov. Rustam is one of greatest middleweights of all time, and he has done everything in world arm wrestling championships before. He has been world champion more than I believe more than 10 times. I remember, and I saw him first time 99 or 2000 I saw him first time in a world junior championship in Czechia. Probably you don't remember that.
No, I don't think I.
2001, we pulled in one class. It was 65 kilo class. He was second that year, and I finished 5th or 6th. It was 2001, also a few years ago.
2001. So I was 11.
In the European Championship in Lithuania, and he won. I remember 2002, 2003. He already won his first major titles. So it's more than 15 years ago. He was one of the best, and he's still in a top level in world. If we look to Rustam Babayev, he don't have the greatest anthropometrics for arm wrestling. He has short fingers, small hand, short leverage. Huge back, and his chest and size, of course. But despite that, Rustam can fight in a different styles, and he's always finding a way how to pull against different opponents. some years ago he was clear top hook puller.
Yeah. Now he
Nowadays
switches up. Yeah.
he's more all-rounded. He can go top. He can go hook. So it's not so easy to know anymore where he will go. Most often he compensates his disadvantage in anthropometry with always great physical condition.
Yeah,
he's always in good overall shape,
yeah.
good special shape, and also with his good technical work on table.
As you said, he has one of the best hooks in the world. One of the best techniques.
If we look to about techniques, we can compare like or about styles, how effectively he uses his small hand.
Yeah.
He always attacks with his wrist. He really like attacks with wrist curling, and it's always his style is mostly like last few years is he goes directly for pin.
Yeah.
It's really fast, explosive, and effective. That's the main thing. It's effective. Question is, what will happen if in a fight against Tim Bresnan, Tim will be able to stop the fight? That was last year against Todd Hutchings. Rustam was so explosive. Rustam was so fast out of blocks.
He just came through him.
Tim couldn't stop him. Todd couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
Todd is super strong, and Todd was super strong also last year, but he just couldn't stop the Rustam and couldn't get in a fight. So question with Tim Bresnan is the same. Will Tim Bresnan be able to stop the fight, and what will happen after that? And
yeah.
In the longer fights, Bresnan may have hard time to stop Rustam, but if he stop Rustam, that's where situation may change. And in the longer fights,
it favors a little more Bresnan. Yeah, but so Rustam has been very good this year. So he's been outstandingly strong in Moldova, 95 kilo class. He won the class with right arm. Lotoshino at the start of the year, he won Kasparov.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's extremely strong. He won Silayev, who was world champion. You know?
World champion, WAF world champion 2017,
so
right hand, super heavyweight.
In open class, he won them all. So I think he's gonna come prepared. He's gonna be really strong, and for them it is a problem because we saw what happened versus Gennady. It's the speed. He will go for the flash pin, and like he did with Todd Hutchings, the same thing he did there. So
yeah, for me in this fight is a question: will Tim be able to stop
him?
Yeah, and if Tim will stop the fight, it could go anyway, and even in my eyes, even in favor of Tim Bresnan.
If he can
in
stop
long fights. In long fights, Tim has some really good match against before. He has good experience in arm fights before. He has pulled Yevgeny Prudnik before.
Yes.
He beat Yevgeny Prudnik 4-0 in 2015. And then I think Yevgeny got injured after that. He beat Dmitry Silayev in a super match. 6-0. And he won against Russian superstar Alexei Voyevoda.
So Voyevoda comes back, everyone thinks like he's favorite.
Yeah.
He wins 5-1.
Yeah. And most interesting or sometimes even strange, he's almost never is favorite in those fights.
Yeah.
Before fight, everyone said, it's...
So it really is here. So the question is, can he stop him? Because I think Rustam gonna do the same strategy he used against Hutchings last year. He will go for the pin fast and quick because we were watching there sitting this matchup. We want to see this hook fight. Everyone's excited. Everyone's gonna want to see this hook fight. And after it got 4-0, we thought, okay, so now he's gonna get in some hooks and maybe try some. Nothing happened like that. So we were disappointed, but he used everything correctly. He was quickly going through him, and
he did everything to win the fight.
If he does this with Tim, he deserves a much bigger name opponent, much bigger. because he's been extremely dominant lately. And if he needs to prepare, he may gain some weight and be even bigger and stronger, and we will see. But if Bresnan can stop him, then as you said, he might go as favorite. So.
Yeah. Last year, Tim Bresnan, Gennady Equipment from Georgia, in the first fight, when Tim did stop Gennady,
he won.
Yeah, he won, and he was in control. He was in control, and he was in control in longer fights. When usually Gennady is one of those athletes, you don't see him losing in the long fights.
Yeah.
He's usually his endurance, his
Sagan
fighting
Schwilly
spirit,
and
his fighting spirit and everything is in. So that's a really interesting fight, and I don't think it will go one way. It could go like 6-0 for Rustam Babayev, but if Tim will do what we talking before.
I think Babayev is still favorite in this one. There's no doubt about it. But if he stops him, it might change everything. So
also we have to remember that Tim is 50 and something, 53,
so
50.
So he's getting older. He's not getting younger,
Yeah.
and the speed is the first thing you lose. So
and he's not always in so good shape when we see him. It has been before in same Zloty Tour, 2015 or 16.
In the year when Alexei Voivoda came and he wanted to see how Tim Bresnan got, he lost to Kanai and something else.
Yeah.
It was like he didn't get one win, something like that.
So he's not always in good shape, especially in Europe, where it's again acclimatization, time change, time zone. So we will see. But if Tim is in a good shape,
he can put up a fight. So let's say like this. So if Babayev cannot be stopped, it will be 6-0.
It could change 6-0
so
for
really
Rustam
hard.
Babayev, but it could be totally different, and could be like 5-1, 4-2 for Tim Bresnan as well. If it gets in the later rounds, I would go with Tim.
Because he will be bigger. He will be I don't know if physically stronger, but bigger. There's more mass to him, and Gennady had more mass when he was doing his spins. He came through, so he's much lighter than Gennady, like 35 kilos at least. So it will be harder for him to use all that mass. So this is a tough matchup. I want to see how it goes. I don't want to see flash spins like we did last time. I want to see a fight.
Bresnan also has pulled a very even super match against in Armwars. In Armwars 2010, 2011 something against Devon Larratt.
In Vegas,
in Vegas. It ended up some 3-3 and extra round and 4-3 for Devon. So
but he's getting older, and it is a factor. It's a big factor, and it's harder. And it's really hard for us to pick a score with this one. So we will see how it goes right from there. If you have some guesses, leave a comment so we know your guesses about this one. Do you have a guess?
I will say 6-0 for Rustam Babayev.
That's what I think too, because we might want Tim to stop him, but it will be really hard.
I want to see a really good fight. I want to see.
We don't want to see flash pins. We don't want to see this for 6 times.
But it's very possible 6-0 Rustam Babayev, but it could be totally.
Because if he goes 6-0 and he wanted to pull Chaffee, I think there were some rumors that he wants to pull Chaffee in this Vendetta, but he might get some Chaffee or anyone else there, Levan or someone else. It could be even funner. So guys, let's get some questions. Some questions, then we go further. We go for Devon and Tsiplenko, the big one. So let's look at some matchups. Let's look at some questions. Yanis has won Larratt.
Giannis has won Larat.
So everyone has seen or haven't seen, there's a video about where Giannis has been training with Larat and beating him with his right arm. Want to tell more about it?
Easy, all day long.
All day long.
No, I'm joking, but if serious, I know Devon Larat for a decade or more, and then we have met before, and we have met also on a table, of course, in a practice, and if you know something about arm wrestling, then practice actually doesn't matter. It's training, and
yeah.
You can win and lose, and you can be champion of training, but
it doesn't matter when it's
it's competition. That's most important. So yes.
You want to get this one?
Ultra Hero.
Ultra Hero.
Okay.
So question is, why did Giannis lose at Latvian Cup fifth stage a few days ago?
Yeah.
So we can talk about a little bit about.
It's not happening. I'm not losing. Where did you sell that? I won actually. I won Latvian last cap stage in
86 kilo.
No,
class.
in 78 kilo class I won with right hand. 86, yes.
86.
It was 86, and I won. Not, I wouldn't say easy, but quite comfortable.
Easy, yeah,
quite comfortable. And after that it was open class, and I get till final, and I lost against Sandris Šedis. He's a heavyweight.
He's a heavyweight, and he's strong, and he's
that happens.
It happens
if someone is 30 kilos or more bigger than you.
Yeah. But Šedis is very good. There's not a lot of guys who can beat Giannis. I need one arm to count all the people in Latvia who can beat Giannis. So Šedis is very strong that he rised up, and yeah.
And also he's my student, so for me
it's kind of
if student beats teacher, it's not so bad. And he's going for his Zloty tour for 105 kilo class as well, and for him to lose against me before that wouldn't be good. So,
yeah.
But I won in last Latvian Cup stage, so.
You did. So, what do you think is the optimal weight class based on height of the athlete? I don't think there is. It doesn't quite. The height means nothing. We see big guys in 70 kilo class, and we see Daniel Proporchuk in 70 kilo class.
Yeah, a good example is Sasho Andreu.
Yeah.
He's maybe 1 meter 60 tall, and he's pulling now in 90 kilo class.
Winning there.
World champion, both arms.
For years.
Yeah, and opposite is
Loletin.
Yeah, Vitaly Loletin. Okay, nowadays he's 110 kilo class and pulling heavy, but before.
Did you see Instagram post? He's 120.
120.
Like
even
I said
better.
last week, I said
even
he's
better.
gonna gain some weight.
That's
He's
a bit more
120 kilos. We're gonna see biggest.
Yeah, but those who remember a little before some years ago, with his 2 meters and over, he was pulling in 90 kilo class before, and so at the moment also close to 2 meters. Tautio from Russia.
In 85 kilo
85 kilo class.
Very, very good using all his handles.
Yeah.
We see different. It depends on you. It really depends on you. How good you are. It doesn't matter what your anthropometrics or anything is. It really is how good you are. How can you use what you got? If you're tall guy, mostly tall guys use top roll. Not a lot of go in hook, but enough of them can hold hook.
Can be very good.
Yeah.
Who can effective
and
as
we
well.
don't see a lot of short guys going on top roll. The opposite, because it's easier to go inside than top roll these tall hands. So we always see different things from different athletes, but there isn't one pathway. There isn't like you're tall, so you will be top roller. It is it's what's working. Like Mantas Ašmons from Lithuania, he has very small arms. He's super strong, and he's like really good.
in history of world arm wrestling, there has been like really tall, really short, short fingers, long fingers, huge arms. Of course, some good anthropometrics are advantage, but at the table still fight starts where it starts, and
you just need to know what you got and use it well.
And if you know how to use it,
then you can become world champion. So let's go further. So please, guys, leave a like. If you want to watch Vendetta 50 matchup, go to Armbets TV. As we said at the start of this video, get your friends together, make a party out of it. You don't have to buy it for yourself alone, but if you want to watch it in HD quality, this is where you get it. Armbets.tv. So the big matchup. Devon Larratt versus Denis Tseplenko.
Yeah, I will answer one more question.
One more question?
So you're saying that Babayev has less endurance. Babayev has done some really good long fights as well. In long fights, he has won against Zaluyev. He has won against Yevgeny Pudik in long fights, but he has also lost in some long fights. And
his power is in his explosive.
He wants
to finish
really
fast.
Explosive,
because he's strong.
fast twitch athlete, and he can still pull good in longer fights, but
it's better strategy for him not to go for long fights, not to go for
in long fights. We just see advantage in team wrestling.
So we don't say that he lacks something. We just say that it's better to use the tools that you have, and he has explosiveness and strength. So one more time, let's start the biggest matchup in arm wrestling history for at least 10 years, as Jan said. Devon Larratt versus Denis Tseplenko. When I started arm wrestling, everyone was talking about this matchup. It was 2011. I started even before, but when I came like really into arm wrestling, 2010, 2011, everyone was talking about this matchup happening. It's almost happening, and it didn't happen. So we've been waiting for years for this, and it's finally happening next week, next Saturday.
Arm wrestling fans have talked about this fight for a decade or more. That's for true, and there are some true supporters and then believers in each side. That's also interesting. That each side there are no like one clear favorite. There are really even equal fight, and also I think also supporters are dividing in a part. And if we talk more about athletes, that Devon Larratt is one of world's most recognizable arm wrestlers, same as Denis Tseplenko. Probably they both are.
Both of them are, and they surpassed.
If you ask someone who don't know anything about arm wrestling to name some arm wrestler, or Devon Larratt, or Denis Tseplenko,
they will know Denis.
Maybe Joe Brazek.
Most from Europe will know more. Denis.
So everyone knows them.
So the biggest names in arm wrestling, most definitely right now, just by looking at how many search terms are there for Devon Larratt and Tseplenko. And Paul has done a great job promoting this. They started like after the last Vendetta in next month. I remember I came to training session and said like Larratt is gonna fight with Tseplenko. He said, I don't think it's gonna happen. We have seen this before, and 2 weeks later they announced it. So it's finally happening.
That's great that Igor Mazurenko has done a great job, all his team, all his commandos.
Really good job. It's finally bringing all this together. I don't know how much they're getting paid for this, but I hope enough people buy the pay-per-view to be able to pay for this, because it's a big event and you need to bring the biggest athletes there. Devon hasn't competed with his left arm for all year, just leaving it for Denis. So it takes a lot to create this kind of event. So one more time, armbets.tv, watch it there. We don't get anything from it. We just recommend you bring your friends together and have a party.
We'll talk about more like athletes. If you talk about Devon, he know how to work for public. he's
a showman.
He's a showman
as well as
and it's never boring to watch him.
Yeah. There isn't fast fights when you watch him. Even if he can win you in second, he will.
And arm wrestling fans all over the world, they just love Devon.
Yeah. That's the reason why everyone loves Devon. That Tsiplenko is so strong, and that's the reason why everyone loves him. So
about strong, is Devon the strongest arm wrestler in the world?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's I'm not so sure. But is he one of best or maybe best? It could be. Yeah, it could be. With Devon, always is there a chance or is there some point or some weakness in opponent?
He will find it. He'll find it and exploit it. Maybe it will be already too late. Maybe he will do some mistakes like he did with Michael Todd, but he will do it. He will try to find it. So this fight is for me. It's really hard to guess what's going to happen, just because they never faced each other, or they have faced, to my knowledge, only two people the same. So they both faced Andrei Pushkar and they both faced Michael Todd.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Michael Todd both faced with right arm. They go to the Andrei Pushkar both with left arm.
Yeah.
Also, Devon is a good example of slow twitch fibers.
Yeah.
He's not too explosive. He's not the first one who will hit usually, but his endurance indicators are phenomenal, are great. His muscle can work for long without oxygen, without nutrition, so
he can hold. Like, the only fight that we have that good example was versus Andre, and he won him so fast. He lost the first, and then he took his soul out so fast. So
that's for sure that we will not see flash pins from Devon.
But I think in this one, Devon will try to go for the kill. He wants. I think he doesn't want to get into this super big long matchup where he feels that there's still chance for Dennis to take advantage of him. I think he will, if he feels that he has not gained control, he will try to pin him as soon as possible. But as soon as he gets the control, he can feel the arm fading away, then it's gonna be a long show match. But the big question is Devon strong enough? Because I don't think he has ever held someone so strong as Dennis, and it's Dennis. We really don't know how strong Dennis is compared to Devon, or Devon compared to Dennis. It can be like 2 versus 1 or 1 versus 1. You know, it can be really interesting because we have now nowhere to compare these things. We can just speculate on things. The Andrei Pushkar fight was 2012, something like that.
Yeah, it was similar before Andrei Pushkar. Everyone expected, especially in this side of ocean, everyone expected that Andrei Pushkar will win, and that fight was really shocking. It was 5-1 in favor of
in Devon. But this fight will be here, so Devon is in favor, because acclimatization and everything else. So I don't know when he's arriving to Poland. It can play a big factor.
Devon said he will be in Poland at 14, I think, 14 November.
So it's Tuesday or Monday.
Like just 3 days before fight, he'll be in Poland. So not really much time for acclimatization. But again, the fight will be in the evening or really late in the evening, more close to
you can sleep through the day
to 12 or maybe even
I think they
1
start
a.m.
at 11 or something, because they want to transmit to United States, and it's taking a little bit longer.
So it could be morning in Canada and USA, so in North America. When we talk about pure strength in arm wrestling, Denis Tsiplenko is He's in a first row, like a former strongman, world record holder in a biceps curl. If you have to name,
he's looking like mutant. He's not even looking like human. I don't know how big he is, but right now, I think he will be huge. His arms, his fingers are like this. One finger is like two of mine. So it's
I remember in a Lotte Tour 2000, 2010, 2000, maybe 11, I don't know. That time it was those phones with buttons and Dennis was trying with a small finger to find some button on his phone. It was funny. Dennis' first big appearance in a world stage of arm wrestling was in 2006 when he met Andrei Pushkar in a super match.
He was still young and came off of strongman.
He's not old anyway. He's just 36. He's born 82, I think. So he's just 36 for heavyweight is not too much. Maybe he don't look so young, but yeah. But in 2006 he just came out of nowhere. He shocked the arm wrestling world. He beat Andrei Pushkar with ease. Andrei already that time was
one of the top guys.
One of the top guys for sure. And Dennis just played with him on table. And after that, Dennis has wins in arm wrestling against all big names. He has beat John Brezeng. He has beat Andrei Pushkar a few more times. Arsene Liliev, Michael Todd. He pulled the super match against Michael Todd.
He hasn't lost a lot. Like with left arm, he hasn't lost basically at any.
He has lost some fight against same Andrei Pushkar in A1.
In tournament when someone meets up and he gets exhausted, so it happens. Lost. But
for me about Denis Tsiplenko, the biggest question is how strong is Denis Tsiplenko now? Because we haven't seen Denis on table for at least 2 years. His last appearance was 2016 against Michael Todd. It was with right arm.
4-2.
Yes, Denis won 4-2. And before that, I think with left arm, we haven't seen Denis on table for at least 4 years. Before that, in A1, he pulled in 2014. So 4 years out of arm wrestling.
We'll see how. But
yeah,
he's been from what we saw. He's been doing this project in Russia, where they travel with the table around and making everyone know about this upcoming matchup. And he's been training, and we saw the last video where he trained together with Voyevoda. So he's been doing a lot of weightlifting and a lot of arm wrestling too with good guys. Russia has so many good guys there to offer him. He can pull with a lot of strong guys and get in different positions. And I don't know if you saw, but Igor Mazurenko made another video where he compares strengths. So how strong is his back pressure? And it was strength. I don't know how it ended up, but I think it was 89 kilos, like real weight. So crazy. So we don't know how much Devon can hold, but that's some crazy weight. That's a crazy weight.
Question is, can he bring this strength to the table? Yeah. And also, everyone is talking about Devon's incredible endurance, but we have to remember that, in fact, how good in 2014 Dennis did against Michael Todd in a long fight.
He did
even in later rounds, in round 5 and in round 6,
he lost on fouls. I don't remember that Michael.
Even in later rounds, he was still looked quite okay and was able to pull. And also he's always winning against Andrei Pushkar when it's in longer fights, when fight stops in the middle. You have to when you have to start to work and be more patient and more and smarter. That's always when Dennis Yeah. So he's technically and tactically good prepared arm wrestler for his weight, for his size, for his all build. He's good coordinated and it's not just pure strength why he is so successful in arm wrestling. So this
is really hard. It's even harder than Babayev than Bresnan, because we just don't know where the difference is in strength. If we can say that Devon wins, but maybe Devon cannot even stop him because the difference in strength is so big. Matt Mask had video on Top Rocking channel. You saw that, no?
Yeah.
Where he talked about. So he said that Devon basically has no chance because it's 4 years too late, and it might be that.
Yeah. For me also, I would even like to ask, and maybe I will ask as a before fight to Devon what he thinks. Isn't it too late?
Yeah.
That
It's maybe past his peak because it well.
But also maybe it's too late for Dennis as well. Who knows?
Yeah. So if this would happen for 5 years ago, 4 years ago, it would be even better than we had, because right there it was 2 years after he beat Andre, so we have some knowledge where his strength is, and he beat him pretty easily when he started.
Also, that's only my opinion, but in last few years I see that Devon has lost some of his working angles. They seem not so solid anymore. It's still super strong. It's still strong anywhere on table, but it's lost some of that control in these specific positions. So
what we saw from there was video where Devon put out how he trains you to his left or something a few days ago. So he was holding really good, but it's not even close to the power that Dennis is bringing to the table. And we saw the same way where Dennis was pulling, and Dennis's wrist was opening up a little bit.
That's again, yeah. There was a video in against same Voyevoda against other super heavyweight Russian, but it's a question.
Did he let it go, or maybe he didn't?
Or maybe
because
a video took this video as the end of training.
If he does it with Devon's gonna exploit that. He's gonna use it, and for me, I think it's like Matt said in the video. All the referees will be angry if Devon will try to win this fight, because he will do everything in his power to get more blood into Dennis's arm, so he can, if he cannot stop him right away, so he can stop him a little bit later. So he's gonna play not only the mind games, he's gonna play everything he knows on table. It should be extremely interesting match, from not just from arm wrestling standpoint, just from strategy. So what strategy after the first round goes, we will see if Devon can stop him. Maybe he couldn't stop him, and we'll see how it plays out a little bit later. But if I have to give this a score, if Devon can stop him, at that point when Devon stops him, he will win. But if he cannot stop him, I see 4-2 going one or the other way. Yeah. It could easily be one or the other. I don't think. I think that they both gonna win some rounds, but it really depends where the strength is. You know how strong is one and how strong is the other.
For me, if we will see the same Devon we saw against Matt Mask a few months ago in a wall, I don't see a chance that Devon can win if he is the same shape. But nothing is statical, and Devon is smart enough, and he's preparing and he's training for this fight, and I think Devon really has a chance, and Devon will find a point where he can work, and if there will be some point, he will use it. Yeah. And I'm a fan of technical arm wrestling. I'm a fan of intelligent arm wrestling, and
because we're gonna see like if the something doesn't go as planned,
I really want to see how Devon, who will not be probably strongest one in this fight, who will not be physically strongest one in this fight, how he can get out of this position and end the fight in his favor. So I'm going 4-2 for Devon, just because I want to see this intelligent arm wrestling.
I said so 4-2, but it can go either way for me. It's hard for me to pick. I would love to see Devon win, just like you said. I also like much better technical arm wrestling than just brute force arm wrestling. It's and if he can do this, he can really be in discussion for the greatest of all time. If he can do this, he can be right there with John Brzenk right now. The undisputed champion is John Brzenk, because he has beaten Ciplenko and he's done everything else, and we waited for this matchup. We will see. How old is Devon?
Devon is 43. He's born 1975. So 43 for a world-class sport. It's I wouldn't say it's a lot, but it's not.
In arm wrestling, we see that guys can hold up to 55 or even longer, like a lot of guys. So I think we will see Dennis being on top for many years to come. And then as he gets older, if he will find other ways to win. I think he's very intelligent, and we will see what happens with Dennis. Maybe Dennis comes back, because they thinking about this top 8 and are they bringing. So I hope we're gonna have more information right there in Zloty from Igor about this top 8, what it is, where it's happening, and who's going to be in there. Maybe some speculation just. But this is the matchup you don't want to miss. So next weekend, Saturday, armbets.tv, you can find a pay-per-view. Get your friends together. It costs, I don't know how much, I think $35 or something. Get your friends together, buy it together, watch it together for 2 days. It's amazing event. You should, if you cannot be there, you should watch it online, because it helps PAL or Professional Arm Wrestling League to create these events. It really helps everyone, and we are excited. I'm really excited. That's the biggest reason why we're going there to see this matchup, and it happens on first day. So I hope we can get some video right after it happens for you guys. So someone already put a link in there from Arbets. So thank you for that. Let's get some questions, or yeah. Okay. So let's get some questions from you guys. So, Yours will compete on Zloty Tour next week. Janis, are you gonna compete on Zloty?
No, I will not compete in a Zloty next week.
So me too.
But I could. But Raymond will.
Not this Raymond. Other Raymond.
You?
No.
You said that you will.
I thought about it. My arm is still hurting, left arm. I'm not. I cannot press inside, so there's no point in there. We have from Latvia Sandis Šedis, Normans Thompsons, Ainar Stukmanovs, Sandra Zalīte,
Raymond
Antonovic. So we have 5 athletes competing with the best of the world. Next week we're gonna talk about the matchups that are gonna happen on the last day. 2 matchups have left that we haven't talked about. It's Dave Chaffee versus Gennady Kukvinya, and Andrei Pushkar versus Denis Ciplenko. So Andrei versus Denis is really interesting. It's
we will talk about that.
We will talk about that next week, and we're gonna talk about the Zloty Tour Championship. I might get some lists of competitors who have registered before. We saw this already. Go a little bit lower. Okay, guys. So someone has put up a website where you can place your bets.
What about from your poll? There was a question about
Oh yeah, so we did a poll. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
So we did a poll about like who's gonna win from. I will get the results from here. Who is going to win these matchups? And we had so big responses from it coming. So I will put this up on my phone. So just people are right there in the middle. So we had 300 people in this poll, Alex Cordecho versus Scott Mendelson, and it goes 53% for Alex and 47% for Mendelson. We said like 6-0, 5-1, 5-1, something like that. So
Yeah.
people are not really on board with us.
Yeah.
So 700 people was in this poll, where Tim Bresnan and Rustam Babayev. So it was 57% for Tim and 43% for Bayev. So again, people are completely not on board with us. So it's fans are in this, and the biggest one, 1.7 thousand people are in this poll. Denis Tsiplenko versus Devin Larratt. It's 42% for Denis and 58% for Devin. So it's again really close. You can some always picks right between. Almost 2,000 people was in this poll. So and I just put it yesterday. So we see how many people are interested in all of this. So it's going to be big. Don't miss it, guys. So get it on Armbets TV. Let's get some questions. Are you gonna stream? You watch that fight? No, we are not gonna stream it. We're gonna talk about it later. Streaming is happening from Armbets, as we said before. Watching this, if you watch the event, you help the sport to grow.
We will do some interviews before fight. We will do maybe some video before, but it's not allowed to stream it live from there.
Yeah. We will get some videos from it. It's gonna happen, but streaming, you should support arm wrestling. If you're into arm wrestling, this is how you support it. Which is your strongest arm, guys? I always wondered. It's really easy, I think, for you and me too.
Yeah.
So for Giannis, it's right arm. How many times? 4 times world champion with right arm.
Yeah. I'm lately not pulling left almost at all, but I wouldn't say I'm so weak with my left.
You have done enough with your left.
I have done with my left before. I have been 3 or 4 times in the world top 3 with my left arm as well, and I have been in the top 3 in the World Arm Wrestling League with left, but of course my right arm is my favorite, and I have get all my titles in the World Arm Wrestling Championship and in the World Arm Wrestling League, and also in the Zloty Tour. All my titles are done with right arm, so they're not big question like
for me, no world titles yet, but left arm has always been stronger. My right has always had problems, and when my left feels really good, I can do really good with it in competition. Not counting this year, 2 years before this, I was 7th in world 2 times in 80 kilo class with left arm. So it's good. It could be better if it stopped hurting so much. So someone retracted message. Let's see. Devin will be worn out fast, so I don't think he will rely on endurance in all game. In advanced rounds, he will go to pin, so I think we will see a new face Devin. I don't think he can finish this fast. I really don't think.
Devin?
Yeah.
No.
It's not even how fast Devin is. It's just how strong Tsiplenko is. He will. It's better, I think, to gain position, to work on his wrist than to try to go for flash pin. If you go for flash pin, you can get yourself opened up. I don't think that's the strategy for him. He will try to make it fast, but I don't think he will do a flash pin on that. So
it will be war anyway.
Yeah. When you say that it doesn't matter how big is your hand or someone like that, Oleg is smiling somewhere. We have seen guys with smaller wrist winning Oleg a few years back.
It does matter. It does matter a lot, and and of course it's big advantage for you. This big hand, long fingers gives you really advantage, and for those who are trying to learn something new in arm wrestling, those who are watching how people are training, how they are developing, actually you should watch more to those arm wrestlers who don't have those big
arms,
genetic gifts.
Freaks,
who
really works, who really trains.
Because those who have those short, small arms, small leverage, they should work harder,
smarter and harder.
And smarter.
The most important thing is to work smarter in this one. So, who has the strongest hand, Dennis or Devon?
We will see.
Yeah.
There is of course also a question about this surgery. Devon had surgery for left arm on 2016. He had elbow surgery for right arm a few years before, and in 2015 or 16 he had the surgery for his left arm. And the question is he back in same shape or even better than he was before?
It's really hard. Surgery takes.
I think even Devon can't answer to this question. It's really hard to compare.
He knows from the weights he's been lifting and how he's feeling on the table, but we will see all these answers answered next week. I think 100%. We will see who is the man and who is still on top, and it will be interesting, in my opinion. I hope it won't go to fouls and we don't see like real matchup. But again, winning on fouls, it's strategy, and someone can use it and someone can exploit it. It's really interesting. I have no like good predictions for this match because everything can happen.
Okay.
So we've been on for an hour. This is it for us, guys. So thank you for watching. Stay strong and love arm wrestling, guys.
Take care. Stay strong.